our food is unique. I don't think that there's quite another spread that's like this anywhere. I tell this to my colleagues in terms of what we do for food, and they're just amazed. And I think that as you get married and go off to your in-laws and that, you'll probably reflect on the great food that we have. That's something Susanna knows that I appreciate and I look forward to. You know, the best thing that's happened to our children, I believe, is just the being included in your wonderful tradition. You know, we've done this for a lot of years. We get together at Thanksgiving, Christmas, July 4th, and there's really nothing better. The influence that all of you have had on our family has just been tremendous, and it's something that Susanna and I reflect on quite a bit, and it really just can't be replaced. And we appreciate the opportunity to be part of this tradition. And it'll be interesting as we get into the next generations to see how that goes, because there's not homes built big enough to accommodate. One last thought. We have 3 of our own that are not here today. That are in the farmost parts of the world. We have Lisa that's in Japan. And we have Melissa that's in Taiwan. And we have Eric that's in Russia. And they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I hope that all of you young men, I guess young women too, I know that May's looking forward to mission, that there's nothing better than that. I did not appreciate missions until Eric went. I've been associated with a lot of young men and young women who have gone, including Jordan and Jared, Mika. I always appreciated missions, but it didn't hit home until my own son left. And I'll tell you, it is very special. And so I think we're all grateful for the examples that those of you who have gone before and those that are serving now, how special that is to all of us.
Thank you, Larry. Rodolfo and Susanna, would you like to say something? You don't have choice.
Well, I'm grateful for the younger people for making me feel old. And I'm grateful for the older people for making me feel young. But I'm grateful to all of you sitting over there. And I've been reflecting the times that we've been meeting together. And I cannot remember how many years we've been getting together like this. And our children feel closer to you people than their own cousins. I mean the first cousins. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for Dwight and Jeannie especially for always organizing the family activities. They are the backbones. I mean, we might make fun of Jeannie, but then Jeannie is the becoming the backbone of all those activities for our kids. We're grateful for that. And we're grateful to be included to this family, Blues and the Takasakis and Aokis. I'm grateful for each one of you. And I want you to know you come from a great ancestors. I got privileged to know that even before I got married, your Grandma Murakami, Oji-san, and Uncle Mike, and they are wonderful people and hard-working people. And you come from those great ancestors, and I would like you to remember that. Thank you.
never celebrated Thanksgiving back home in Hong Kong. So my very first is the memory spending with Dwight and Jeannie and their family. And I remember Jeannie was a great organizer, and she always delegated things out. And in the early days when we were young mothers, and the children were all little, and Jeannie always delegated me to be in charge of the costumes. And I just hated that. I thought, why can't I just cook chicken or something? And I don't know if the girls remember, they were always the pilgrims and the boys were always the Indians.
Or we had to wear those little
And then, I don't know what happened, then they went into musical stuff. Instead of the traditional Mayflower, table and the kids running around kind of thing. And also we have to bring instruments, and I used to drag that too. I don't know if I had as much anxiety as Mark, but I just always thought, going to Auntie Annie would be a real treat. So, but Jeannie is great. Without her, we wouldn't have all the fun. I always used to tell her, we just don't know how to have fun, and we have to have Jeannie around so we know how to have fun. And I am just so grateful for all of you and for your example, for the love and the teachings that you have in helping Larry and I raise our children. And I think they will always remember the love and the bond that they share in this family. My children really don't know my side of the family that well, and so they're not that close to their cousins. They're more close to Larry's side of the family. We're grateful for that. I am just very grateful for Larry's mom. I deal with a lot of sisters in my ward that has problems, and they have a lot of challenge in their lives. And then I always look at them, and then I always think about Grandma, with her simple faith and her love for her children, her constant prayer. Those problems and challenges are never in our lives because of her. And I'm thankful for a great husband who is a product of maybe like many of you that have great ancestors. Even though I don't know his ancestors that well, but just from his teaching and his example and the goodness that he is, and I've gone to know them. And have been grateful for Temple, for the work they were able to do in there. And just one last thing, I am so very grateful for our Savior. All of these that we do will be meaningless if it weren't for his atoning sacrifice. His goodness and mercy unchanged from day to day. Just like the tradition that we have in this family go unchanged. His love for each one of us is unchanged. So that's all I have to say.
I think the thing that I have become, one of the things I've become most grateful for in the past, I don't know, portion of my life, the past few years of my life, is the privilege that we have to pray. I look forward to those times of the day when I can pray, and I bear testimony that there is comfort and strength and guidance and power that God has for us, and those blessings come in part through our prayers. I'm thankful for it has been a privilege to be a part of this family, and I'm thankful for it for myself, for the things that I've learned, and I am especially grateful for the influence that you have been in the lives of Emily and Danny. I'm grateful that Dylan, I think that these are sort of, these years that we have now with Dylan are an extra blessing from Heavenly Father. And I'm grateful that God has permitted him to live longer than he might have, and that he continues to be an influence in Emily and Danny's lives. Those are the things I want to say.
Thank you.
So I should say I'm really grateful for this great opportunity to be your guest. And honestly speaking, before I came, we didn't expect what kind of family we were going to meet. And now we are here and meeting all of you. And I should say I'm really surprised to see such a big family with so many descendants. And I should say I've never seen a family that returns customer and your tradition, your culture in such a way. So I'm really greatly impressed by this family. And in here I feel kind of a warmness and a sincerity and the love of the children for their ancestors and also the faith of everyone for the Lord. So I have a feeling that I have a lesson here because I attend Dr. Inouye's lecture, and in his lecture he told us one very important branch of psychology, that is aging psychology. And in that field he teaches us how we should not only love the Lord but also love our family members and also love our neighbors. And I just feel this is absolutely true, and it is proved to be true here by what I have seen. So thank you all for this opportunity, for inviting us over to share. And I wish I could be one of you, but pity I could not. But I'm just pleased to be invited over and to show our thanks to all of you. And I and my husband prefer to give you a little performance, something very Chinese. I'm not so sure if it's appropriate for such kind of occasion.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, and he plays violin a little bit. Like many of you, he doesn't practice for a long time. I hope you don't care because this is just indicated that everybody will contribute a little bit to share the fun to the family. Here, so we will sing a song from an English movie and also a Chinese song which is very, very popular in China. I guess that's a song which is also very well known in Taiwan and also Hong Kong, and it's Gan Lan Shu. Have you ever seen that song? Well, okay, so anyway, we will just try if we can cooperate well. Alright, so which song should we have first? Grandfather? Okay. So, well, this melody, sorry, excuse me. Well, this melody is from a movie, it's an American movie called Godfather. I guess many of you have seen it. And I like the melody, it's very beautiful. And this is the song. I always say the major theme of that movie. Speak softly, Lord, holy word against your heart. design. It's called 橄榄树, and in Chinese it's olive tree.
table, isn't it? So,
learn to call paradise, Heigoku. There's a saying that we survive for the sake of our children. I'm thankful for their integration, for their hardship, for the thought that children were to follow them, and we can see that it has become the fourth and fifth generations. I'm thankful that within that mixture, they call the Hawaiian Islands the salad bowl or the melting pot of many nations. Tomorrow, I'm happy that for 2 weeks, our almost red-haired granddaughter, who is Irish, will be here with her mother and father, our number 2 son. But instead of going further, of course, that Irish granddaughter was unthinkable when I was a young man, not in the Hawaiian Islands anyway. But I was thinking of conceding my time to our honored guest, but to beat the clock. Furthest, I concede my remaining time, and I'll concede for Gladys if she doesn't get angry.
one of the things that's true of the generations is that as you get older, then we begin to see more and more this tradition where the women have remained silent and done all the work, and the men have done all of the talking. And it must be very much like we experienced it when we were little kids. To have to play in front of all of the parents. To now have the parents have a chance to be on the program and speak to us. So this is now our chance. So first with Gladys, and then with the youngest, Inoue, Sister Auntie Ruthie, and then maybe my mother, and my father, and then Auntie Helen, and then finally Sister Lou, and then Curtis. That's our program for the next few minutes. So go ahead.
I'm thankful for everyone here. The tears come really easy for me, but I appreciate all of you. And I never thought that we'd belong to the Inoue family. But Roman, after he came off his mission, he never dated or anything. And then one night he called and said, oh, I'm babysitting at Anderson's. And I thought, oh, Russell Anderson, his classmate, find out it was Anne's Anderson family. And so I'm really happy that they were able to get together, that we're part of this great family.
So Auntie Ruthie then. I must say that, this morning, when they were showing It's a Wonderful Life on television, and they were showing George Bailey, what life would have been like if George Bailey had not lived. And as I was writing here this morning, I thought about Auntie Helen and Auntie Ruthie and what our life would have been like if they had not lived. What a difference it would have made to my dad. He would not have received an education. They were the ones that worked so that he could get an education because the family could only educate one boy. And so I think that as I look at the education received by the members of the family, and the importance that it's been in the life of the Midorais and the Aokis and the Inoes. It has really been because of that tradition that started that early. So, Auntie Ruthie, we'd like to hear from you, and then after you, Mom. Yeah.
I really don't know what to say. I'm thankful for so many things. For one thing, I know if my dad and my mom and those who have preceded us were here. In fact, I think they're here. We were told that even though they aren't here physically, they are here with us closer in death than when they were here physically. So I try to make myself believe this, and I think Mom and Dad and everyone is here with us. And I am very thankful, and I think that we are blessed. The Inoue family is blessed. There was 4 of us, and we lost one sister. And my sister Helen is the oldest, and she had 6 children. And my sister Mary had 3 boys. And my brother Charles had 6 children. And I don't know why, but I only had 2. And I feel that with all the work, worry, and whatever Mom and Dad had to go through, we are here. The 3 of us are still here. And every time the Inoues get together, we generally do maybe 2 or 3 times a year. And I am really thankful. And we are really blessed children that we belong to this family, and we are loved. There's a lot more I want to say. Thank you.
I guess Mom was one of the oldest ones that once was not a member of the Inoue, that joined the Inoue family. After all these years, how do you feel about it?
I'm very grateful to be here today, and so happy to see all of you, enjoy all of you. And I'm glad that Charlie is still alive. Our next March is going to be our 58th anniversary. And we're farmers, so we raised all kinds of crops, potatoes and beets and whatever. But some years the beets weren't very good, the potatoes were crooked and had bumps on it. But the best crop we raised is our 5 children. We're very proud of them. And we have 20 grandchildren. They're all here except 2. And we're very grateful to be here and to hear all these wonderful talents, speeches. And we hope we live to be healthy people for a while yet. And I'm grateful for being here.
Of all the ships that sail the sea, friendship is the ship for me. How true that is in my life. I appreciate your friendship. I hope that I can some way repay you for the wonderful thing about friendship. I don't know whose harmonica this is, but in my youth I used to blow on something like this, and that was my life. Harmonica is no good. I appreciate you. Matter of fact, we in my family appreciate your friendship. I hope that sometime in the future, if it be, we can do something to thank you for your friendship.
Thank you. Well, Sister Lou, the moment has come.
Play the harmonica.
I can't blow anymore. She did? Yeah, I used to blow, but I can't. But I can't say a few words. Well, I'm thankful for this tradition. We have this dinner every year since I can't remember how long. So I'm grateful and thankful for my good family, for my 4 good children and 4-in-law, and 20 grandchildren and 2 in-laws. I just can't say how blessed I am to belong to this family. That I love you all, especially today when I listen to this new couple sing a Chinese song. Make me so homesick, and I'm grateful for that. Then I miss Jeannie and Sarah and Sadie today. So I love you all.
Thank you. Albertus, this is called casting your bread upon the waters. Some years ago, Brother Nielsen and his wife LaRue extended the kindness to Fred and Gladys Takasaki, and became godparents for Roman and the other kids. And now that LaRue has passed away, you know, we I guess are the family that you have. Is that right? So please let us hear from you.
Well, thank you. I looked at this, and this is one thing I'm very thankful for. Obtaining the name Grandpa Nielsen. I've been called Grandpa Nielsen, I've been called Uncle Brutus, I've been called, it's all family. And this all started when Fred and Gladys came to Ephraim. Fred was teaching at Snow College. And somehow Rue and my ex-wife Rue and Gladys got met, and they clicked it off together. And Rue always said, and I think Gladys said too, that Gladys needed a mother and Rue needed a daughter. And that's what it turned out to be. It went on until, I remember when Roman was born, Gladys gave me Roman's spoon hand and she said, "Here's your boy, Uncle Brutus." But and he married Anne, of course. And when we got with Anne, Roman and Anne, well, then we got to meet the rest of the Noy family. And that was a great experience. It has been a great experience ever since. They've been so good to me, like today. See, I have no place to go. Today I'm up here enjoying this with the noise and Takasakis and all the rest of it. So I've been real lucky and enjoyed it. Well, it's just naturally they've been our family. They go on picnics, they go on dinners and things like that. We're always included. It's been a wonderful experience and appreciate it very much. Like I said, I'm thankful that I got that name, Grandpa, Uncle.
Thank you very much. Well, we do have some missing family members, and so whoever has the video, would you? Oh, I missed yeah. Go ahead. Auntie Helen. I'm sorry that I almost caused a heart attack here because she thought maybe she would not have to speak.
I'm sorry, my family are really well talented, but I'm the one that hasn't any talent. But I'm glad to have you all here to meet all of us. And I'm happy because our family has kind of merged together, and they're just like one big family, and everybody is close with one another. Thank you.
Thank you. When you watch Jeanette and Pat's video, what do you call them? 8mm movies. You see this young woman of about 40 with all the vigor and the vivacity preparing her Thanksgiving dinner for the Midrai family and for those of us who are coming to Alberta. It's really interesting to see those old films and to see just how beautiful these Inouye women are. It really is. I've wondered why the Inouye's married so well, and my dad said it. It's because the women are so cute. But we do have some members of our family that are not here, and for their purposes, I think we ought to point the video camera at them. And in honor of Auntie Jeannie and Sarah and Sadie, I think that we should all sing The Pioneers and the Indians. So, Mika, can you put it together?
I don't know if you know all the words. And Indians.
Emily, do you remember this?
Hey, play the song.
Stephen, do you remember this?
I remember the sheets.
So where is the Auntie Jeannie? We want you to know that we're remembering you at this special moment on Thanksgiving, and for you we're singing the Pioneers of the Indians. Ready? And Indians.
Wow.
With us is the yeah. And Sybil and the Leaf and Mia. So Abe is not here and Melissa is not here.
Eric, Lisa.
Susan's not here.
Chris. And Kate.
Christopher's out seeking the next generation.
Yeah.
So for them, what shall we do? Let's sing one last Thanksgiving song.
We can sing For the Beauty of the Earth. We do it every year, right? What's Thanksgiving without For the Beauty of the Earth?
Okay.
No, Eric.
Let's sing We Gather Together.
Yeah.
And
Where's the Christmas geese?
our special thanks goes to Ben, who lowered the bar sufficiently so that everyone would be able to talk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, turkeys.
Whatever good for. We gather together to ask the Lord's blessings. Each Jesus and grace His will to make known. Praises to His name. He forgets not His own.
How about Over the River and Through the Woods?
Why don't you lead these songs?
It stings our nose and bites our toes, and over the clouds we go. Over the river and through the wind, a grandmother's calf I spy. Hurrah for the fun, the pudding done, hurrah for the pumpkin pie. Don't you know that song?
Once again, thank you, Annie. Thank you, Annie. And I guess next year,
That would be next.
next?
Next.
Okay. And next year, our Thanksgiving, you're welcome, Ting and Xing Ying, to come to our next Thanksgiving celebration. It'll be at Dwight's house. They're going to finish that house in time to celebrate. So thank you very much for your participation.
Hey,
Ask Auntie Annie. Or snowball fight.
Or